Today's episode is brought to you by Subi Hollow Dream Brightening Pore Refining Mask. If you're after brighter, smoother skin in under 10 minutes, you'll love this holographic wash-off face mask. Shop subibeauty.com globally and stylestory.com.au in Australia. Welcome to The Korean Beauty Show, where we're talking all things Korean skincare, makeup, and more. If you want to learn about the hottest trending products and ingredients straight from South Korea, then this is the podcast for you. Each week, we'll be diving in to take a look at the latest trends, as well as all the tips and tricks you need to perfect your K-beauty routine. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, professional K-beauty expert and founder of Korean beauty platform Style Story. With the popularity of a vegan lifestyle continuing to grow, many K-beauty companies are now focusing on the vegan beauty market. And there are some brands out there that are even focusing only on vegan formulations. So I thought that in line with the growing trend, I would take you guys through vegan K-beauty and let's have a chat about what some of the brands are doing, the kinds of products that they're bringing out, and also for people among us that aren't vegan, I'm going to run through the differences between cruelty-free and vegan, and then some ingredients to look out for that are not vegan as well, because I know that can be a slightly confusing one for people that aren't vegan. So if we haven't already met, I will just do a quick little intro. My name is Lauren Lee. I am the host of this podcast. I am not a vegan, guys, but I'm hoping I can take you through this topic. I've done my research. It is something that I've looked into at great length. So I hope that I will do this justice to all the vegans out there. If you are coming back for another episode of the podcast, then thank you so much. You're always welcome. And I'm glad that you are hanging out with me here again this week. Okay, so what are vegan cosmetics? I think that's probably a really good place to start. So veganism, obviously, it's a lifestyle and it excludes the use of animal products for your food, your clothing, and then also, obviously, your skincare and makeup. So vegan products do not use egg, they don't use milk, and then there are a whole lot of other ingredients that are very popular in K-beauty that are not used. Things like snail extract, things like bee and bee byproducts. Basically anything that is made from an animal or from the byproduct of an animal. So that's why things like propolis are included, because even though propolis is not actually the bee itself, it is made by the work of a bee, so vegans do not believe in profiting, I suppose, from the work of animals. So that's why a lot of those animal byproducts are out in the same way. So contrary to popular belief, vegan is not the same thing as cruelty-free, although vegan products may be cruelty-free. So this is a key distinction, I think. Cruelty-free implies that at any stage of development, or maybe of the finished product itself, the product was not tested on animals. So cruelty-free is really about animal testing, whereas vegan, obviously, as we discussed, is about the product and what it actually contains, what is in the product. Obviously, it would be slightly strange for a product to be vegan but not be cruelty-free, because that is not in the spirit of veganism, I suppose. But it is technically possible that a product is cruelty-free but is not vegan, and a lot of K-beauty products will fall into that category. And then vice versa, although it will probably be unusual, I think it is technically possible that a product does not contain any byproducts of animals, but it has been tested on an animal. So a little bit confusing, but hopefully that makes sense. Now, Korea has had a cruelty-free stance since a legalized cruelty-free stance since 2018. But I know that mainland China does still require animal testing of cosmetics that are sold into their bricks and mortar stores. So there are loopholes for that. I know that products that are directly mailed to customers, to Chinese customers from overseas for personal use, do not require animal testing. Hong Kong does not require animal testing, although I think, maybe that could change. I'm not sure with the situation that's happening with between China and Hong Kong, but my understanding is at present that Hong Kong does not require animal testing. And so products that are imported and sold through Hong Kong for personal use do not have to be animal tested. So Australia also, as of 2020, I believe, outlawed animal testing of cosmetics. And what this really means in practice is that you cannot use test results to prove the efficacy of a particular ingredient if those test results were obtained through animal testing. That's how it would work in real life. So someone has a new ingredient potentially, and they're trying to say, hey, this new ingredient does X, Y, or Z. And they have tested that on an animal to prove their claim. So Australia will no longer accept those kind of test results to prove the efficacy of a new ingredient. You have to find another way to show that the ingredient that you are talking about has that benefit without having done that on an animal. So that's how it would work in practice. Okay, so I have put together a list of common K-beauty ingredients to look out for if you are vegan, because I know sometimes it can be a little tricky to work out whether the cosmetics that you're using are 100% vegan. So these are some of the hidden ones to look out for. The first one is collagen. So there are several types of collagen that are commonly used in cosmetics, and one of them is bovine collagen, which is derived from pigs. So if you are vegan, you're going to want to look out for collagen that is derived from plants or is synthetic. So I know there is marine collagen out there, and then obviously there are synthetic types as well. So keep an eye out for those types. Now, the second one is lanolin. So lanolin comes from sheep's wool, and it's quite a common ingredient used in hydrating formulas. So that's one to look out for. Bee and honey byproducts. So things like beeswax, honey, propolis, royal jelly, all of those are used in natural skincare products. They have high antioxidant properties, so they're very, very popular, but they are a no-go for vegans. So keep an eye out for those. Now, squalene with an E-N-E, not to be confused with squalane. So squalene is commonly extracted from shark liver oil. So make sure that the products that you are using contain vegan squalene instead. And that is usually derived from olives and wheat germ. Another common one is pearl. So that is not vegan because they come from an animal, which is an oyster. So pearl is not vegan. I do know, I'm going to run through brands that I know of that are either strictly vegan or vegan friendly. And the strictly vegan brand that I know in the K-beauty world is the Vegan Glow. So they are 100% vegan and eco-friendly. They don't have that many products in their lineup yet, but they are very, very committed to environmentally clean products, to vegan formulas. They have some beautiful moisturizers, a cleanser. They have some shampoos as well. So check them out if you are in the market for strictly vegan products. And I believe they are also certified as well. The rest of the brands that I know of in the K-beauty world tend to be vegan friendly, meaning that they have a big selection of products, some of which are vegan and some of which are not vegan. So the only caveat that I will put on this list is that I'm not 100% sure whether the brands themselves say that the products are vegan or whether it's just from looking at the ingredients list that people have decided that they're vegan, but I've gone through them all, and these are the products that are free from animal ingredients or byproducts. But I know that that is different from the brand coming out itself and saying, hey, this is definitely vegan. But Puritos Centella green range is free of animal ingredients, and it's also free from animal testing. So Purito uses EWG green level safe ingredients, and the EWG rating system is a system that is popular in Korea. They claim to rate the toxicity level of particular chemicals. I know that is controversial among some circles, but a lot of Korean brands do use that green level standard, and Purito is one of them. They also use packaging that is environmentally friendly. So I know that they use recycled packaging, and I believe they use soy ink on their printing as well. So that's a brand to look out for if you are after a range of animal ingredient and animal testing free products. Their Centella range is both of those. Benton's aloe vera line is plant-based. So Benton itself is certified cruelty-free by PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and they specialize in natural beauty. So they have products that avoid parabens, mineral oil, alcohol, benzophenone, chemical preservatives, steroids, and the like. CosRx, I believe, have a couple of products that are plant-based in their lineup, like their low pH Good Morning Cleanser. They have their one-step pimple clear pads and their hyaluronic acid intensive cream. iUnique is another brand that does have some plant-based products. Obviously, their propolis line and their snail line are not, but their remaining products, I believe, are plant-based. Subi's Perfect Pimple Patch is 100% vegan, and they do not sell their products into China. So they're ethically made and sourced from humane supply chains as well. So I think I've already run through quite a lot of the individual products within the brands that are vegan, but I have a list if you would like to take a look. I'm going to have this in today's show notes for the podcast, which will be available on thekoreanbeautyshow.com. You can go and find this giant list, which will be accurate as at the time of publishing. Obviously, brands do tinker with their ingredients lists, but I will make sure that it is accurate at the date that it is published. So cleansers, obviously you've got the Vegan Glows cleanser, and then I believe that iUnique Centella Bubble cleansing foam is also vegan. In your exfoliators, you've got iUnique's Lime Moisture Mild Peeling Gel, which is made from an AHA fruit complex, Cosmetea's Black Tea Pink Clay Mask, and then for toners, iUnique has two, I believe. Their Hyaluronic Acid Vitalizing Toner and their Tea Tree Relief Toner. And in essences, CosRx's Galactomyces 95 Tone Balancing Essence is vegan, and so is Lee Ji Harm or Dr. Ciracle's Tea Tree 95 Essence. So for serums, iUnique's beta-glucan Power Moisture Serum is made from beta-glucan derived from mushrooms. And then in eye creams, obviously Purito's Centella Green Level Eye Cream is plant-based as well. For moisturizers, I've got quite a big list for you. The Vegan Glow has a Good Morning Cream and a Good Night Cream. iUnique has their beta-glucan Daily Moisture Cream, and then I believe D'Alba Pierre de Mont's Peptide No Sebum Repair Cream is also plant-based. For your face masks, Benton's Goodbye Redness Centella Mask is plant-based as well. And then obviously for acne treatments, Subi Perfect Pimple Patch. We also have on the Style Story website a vegan skincare set as well. So that the products in the set do change from time to time, but that is a vegan-friendly set if you are looking to go vegan, or if you are already vegan, that is a set to look out for on our website for you guys as well. So I hope that this episode was interesting, even if you aren't vegan. I hope you managed to pick up some interesting things. I remember when I first started looking into vegan cosmetics a long time ago, I was surprised at some ingredients that weren't vegan, and I'd never really thought about it. But then when I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that wouldn't be vegan. So pearl was one that comes to mind. I didn't really put two and two together until I thought about it a bit more, and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that wouldn't be vegan. So I'm sure there are some other people out there that have the same aha moment that I had as well. All right, guys, that is it for another week of the podcast. In the meantime, I would love for you to come and find me on the gram. I am at lauren.kbeauty. I'm always up for a chat, all things K-beauty and skincare related. And until next time, I will see you on Style Story.